Right, the Deputy Judge Advocate General of the General Responsible of the Deputy Judge Advocate General advise the Judge Advocate General on the Judge Advocate legal service matters. Advise Secretary of the Army with the Chief Staff of the Army as necessary. Serve the Chief of the Information Officer of the JAG Army Corps. JAG Army General Corps Representative Office, Judge Advocate General, and Army of the CIO, Chief Information Officer for JAG Army Corps, JAG Army General Corps Representative Office of the JAG General Inspector, JAG Advocate, activates directive of the Judge Advocate General Supervised Professional Responsibility Branch, authorized by this regulation of the JAG Advocate General Act on the Professional Responsibility Mismanagers of the PRB, which is there's like 400 different definitions in this professional responsibility branch. Authorized regulation of the JAG Advocate General acting on the professional responsibility mismanaged manners of the professional responsibility branch. Department JAG Deputy JAG Advocate General, Judge Advocate General, and carrying the Judge Advocate General responsibility to regulate with the professional conduct of the Judge Advocate General, Judge Advocate legal service the civilian laws, subject to the regulation of the military, civil, personal, subject to the regulation, sub members of the Judge Advocate legal service to other layers are subject to the professional responsibility for disciplinary, the Judge Advocate General with the pursuing of the RCM. Reserve rules of court martial and MCMC manual court martials. Principles and analysis of the function of the professional responsibility branch. Establish policy, operational guidance for all aspects of the JAG Advocate legal service with the professional responsibility program to include with the Judge Advocate General with the professional responsibility committee with the annual professional responsibility training. Judge Advocate legal services task if they have other tasks with the Judge Advocate civil legal lawyers, member of the Judge Advocate legal service to conduct inquiries into the allegation of professional misconduct or mismanagement. Members Judge Advocate legal services with civilian lawyers, subject to the Judge Advocate General professional responsibility authority, including attorneys subject to such authority of the provisions of the RCM, Rules of Court Martial 109, take permanent appropriate subordinate of the take appropriate action according to the Chapter 11 and 12 of the Regulation Responsibility of the OTJ. Office of the Judge Advocate General, Field Operation Agency, Deputy Judge Advocate General will supervise the following of the Office of the Judge Advocate General, FOA, Field Operation Agency, Agency, United States Area Legal Service Agency, with the functions defined in paragraph 2.3. Judge Advocate General Legal Center of the school, functions as defined in paragraph 2.5. 2.3. Commander, United States Army Legal Service Agency, Chief Judge, U.S. Army Court Criminal Appeals, Assistant Judge Advocate General Civilian Law Litigation, Commander, U.S. Army, USAL, LLA, U.S. Army Legal Service Agencies, Chief Judge, ACCA, Army Court of Criminal Appeals, Army Assistant AJAG, CLL, CLL, will serve with the commander of the U.S. Army, Army Legal Service Agencies of the FOA, Field Operation Agency of the Judge Advocate General, guarantee of the independence Army Judge of the Defensive Counsel of the Defense Affiliated Counsel of the Commander, U.S. Army Legal Service Agency, serve with the Chief Judge, U.S. Army Court of Criminal Appeals, perform the appealated review, Court Martial, U.S. Military Justice, MCM, Manual of Court Martials, and other applicable authorities of the Judge Advocate General with the Discharge Judge Advocate General, judicial responsibility, serve in activity to function with the Office of the Clerk of the Court, Judicial Advisor, serve Assistant Judge Advocate General, and CLL, In the role of the Director of Civilian Law Litigation, exercise technical supervision and operational control over the following U.S. Army Legal Service Agency activities or function: Contract Official Law Division, Litigation Division, Environmental Law Division, Regulatory Law, Intellectual Property Division, Inspection Judge Advocate, Activities Director with the Judge Advocate General, Assistant Judge Advocate General with the Military Law Operations, Assistant JAG Advocate General, and the MLO. Supervise, provide technical guidance following the Office of the Judge Advocate General with the Criminal Law Division, Administrative Law Division, International Operational Law Division, Contract Official Action with the Division, Supervise, provide with technical guidance, Government Appeal Division, active with the designated Secretary of the Army and taking final action with the compliance with the Article 138 U.S. Military Code 10 1938, Inspect Judge Advocate General, activities directed by the Judge Advocate General, Commander of the Judge Advocate General Legal Center and School, with the Commander of the Judge Advocate General Legal Center and Schools, serve with the Commander of the Judge Advocate General Legal Center and Schools of the Field Operation Agency with the Judge Advocate General include Judge Advocate General Legal Center with the Judge Advocate General School with the Non-Commissioner Officer with the Academy with the Overseer with the Education and Training with the Judge Advocate Legal Service with the other personnel with the develop with the conduct with the resident military legal related instruction Judge Advocate Legal Service with the personnel select with the foreign officer with the other officer with the employees U.S. Government Overseer with the Masters of the Law Program issue regulations establishing criteria procedure with the awarding with a degree with the pursuing with the Title 10 4315 develop course material with the curriculum of legal instruction training materials for Army Service School System in all core legal practice areas, monitor all Army court report training productivity, developing court reporter doctrine, testing and value with the court reporter technology with training the Judge Advocate General, legal administrative with the paralegal, the non-commissioned officers in the courtroom with the court reporting technology, oversee with the management, military leadership, publication include with the military law review, Army lawyer, field manuals, pamphlets of the periodicals, permanent publication with the Judge Advocate General, monitorization, whole primary duties, responsibility relevant with the doctrine and training, leadership, education related to requirements, supervision as center of the laws, military operations and training development, directorate, future corporate directorate, provide training, oversight with the Judge Advocate General, strategic planning, supervise, provide technical guidance for the division, defense appeal division, supervise, provide technical guidance of the TDS, Trial Defense Services, inspect Judge Advocate General activity during the Judge Advocate General and Director of Civilian Personal Labor Employment Law, will serve Chief Labor Employment Law Division over the Office of the Judge Advocate General with the Judge Advocate General Design Function Chief of the Representative of the Career Program 57 Judge Advocate Legal serve with the Judge Advocate General Director of Civilian Personnel, Director of Soldier Family Legal Services, Legal Assistant responsible for the Program Director, Army Legal Assistant Program, AR 273, exercise technical oversight, Judge Advocate, Civilian Attorney for the Soldier Council of the U.S. Army Medical Command, provide technical guidance over the attorneys such as Special Victims Counsel, claims responsibility, serve the Program Director for the Army Claims Program, super suspension for the Department of Responsibility, serve the Army Suspension Department, officials perform suspension of the Department contracted for the duties in accordance with the FARS Part 9.4 relative to the DoD Army supplements, the FARS and Army FARS Federal Acquisition Regulation System Procurement of Fraud, responsible for the exercise of the Technical Supervision Operation Control over the Procurement Fraud Division OJT. Chief Personal Plans Training Officer of the Training Office will act as pursuing the authority of the Judge Advocate General, carrying out the Judge Advocate General statute with authority Title 10 U.S. Standard Code 806, commanding for the Director, Judge Advocate General Counsel, Chief of the Warrant Officer of the Corps Office, Judge Advocate General of the CWOC, Chief Warrant Officer of the Corps, in the Office of the Judge Advocate General will serve as the Principal Warrant Officer of the Judge Advocate General, the Judge Advocate General, Senior Staff of the Warrant Officer, issue the Law Office Management, Judge Advocate General Counsel with Knowledge Management, serve as the standing member, Army Senior Warrant Officer, Advisor Counsel. 210 Regiment Command Sergeant Major of the Corps Officer of the Judge Advocate General with the RSCM, Regional Command Sergeant Major Judge Advocate General, the Judge Advocate General, principals of the enlisted with the Judge Advocate General, with the Judge Advocate General, Senior Staff enlisted, issue with the Regional Commander, Sergeant Major of the Corps, Judge Advocate General, Corps Office of General, Office of Judge Advocate General will serve as the Command Sergeant Major of the U.S. Army Legal Service School Agency, Academies, Principal Advisor, Sergeant Major of the Army. 211. Supervised Judge Advocate. The designation Supervisor Judge Advocate. The Judge Advocate legal service provides legal service to military commands through legal activity office of the legal section with the Judge Advocate General. Judge Advocate General is staff of the Commander in Chief. Command Judge Advocate assigned with the prescribed the Article 6A U.S. Code Military Justice of the U.S. Code 806A. The Senior Judge Advocate General Staff Commander authorized to pay with the GCMs. General Court Marshals with the SJA, SJA, position description based on legal command of the theater staff, Judge Advocate Division, Staff Judge Advocate, Officer of the Judge Advocate Corps. Also, maybe the design supervised Judge Advocate, appropriate with the description of the command of the function, included with the designation command, Judge Advocate, Center of the Judge Advocate, Bridge Judge Advocate, only officer commission with the sign with the detailed Judge Advocate Corps, will the designate with the SJA, Senior Judge Advocate, with the other supervised Judge Advocate, supervised Judge Advocate, being Judge Advocate within the office for the organizational authority over the responsibility for the direction with the coordination, evaluation, assignment of responsibility workers, subordinate lawyers, paralegals, or the non-lawyer assistants within the supervisor judge advocate. Other supervisor judge advocate is permitted to do the conflict of the interest, providing advice for the commander of the particular case, for the Army Command, Armies for the component command, or direct reporting of the super judge advocate may appoint another judge advocate of the ACOM ASCC direct reporting unit to advise the commander on the case. Civilian head legal office of the Army serve with the same authority duty. Super judge advocate supervise the judge except for the relation of the military justice program reference to the super judge advocate, supervisor judge advocate through the regulation apply equally to them except for the reference related to the military justice responsibility. Supervisor judge advocate with the general supervisor judge advocate is in legal command with a member of the commander of the personal staff that assists with the commander of the exercising the duty. Supervisor judge advocate will assist the commander by identifying legal property, and legal advice and support command the decision process of supervisor, judge, advocate, furniture, legal advice, assistance, support with the preventive law programs across the broad spectrum of the military federal practice, included but not limited to administrative law, claims, contract, financial law, international and operational law, legal assistance, military justice, command support with the supervisor, judge, advocate will ensure the adequate logistic resource, administrative support, office of the space of the courtroom facility with available to the legal programs of the support with the command, but not under the technical supervision. Supervision, judge advocate includes special victim prosecutor program, trial defense, or the trial judiciary. As appropriate, supervisor, judge advocate will provide legal support with the provide program to include, but not limited to, the Army Family Advocate Program, Army Sexual Harassment, Sexual Assault Prevention Response to the Department of Labor Counselor Program, Federal Magistrate Court Program, Financial Disclosure Management Program, Leadership Supervision Management. Supervisor, judge advocate are responsible, efficient, effective with the ethical delivery of legal service, commander of the soldier, family members of the authorized client. Supervisor, judge, advocate, create with the maintain, retaining supervisor change with the command, comply with the applicable Army standards, ensure with the effective of the leadership with the all legal personnel of the command. Supervisor, judge, advocate, and the supervisor, judge, advocate. As a supervisor, judge, advocate, typically assisted in the responsible duty as supervisor, judge, advocate in the legal agency with the command of the paralegal NCO of the senior civilian designated super judge advocate from among civilian staff of the legal officer, supervisor, judge, advocate will ensure legal personnel trained, accomplish legal permission with included through local training through the tenants of the judge advocate, TGA, the Judge Advocate General Legal Counsel Center School course. This includes judge advocate legal service attorneys accomplishing continuing legal education required with a licensed authority, ensure all civil attorney legal office of the immediate supervision rating chain. Another attorney selecting office of the civilian attorneys hired with the legal office of the coordinator of the selection of the office of the judge advocate general. Ensure all civilian employees with the current individual development plan with a discuss the annually with the immediate supervisors. Ensure civilian and paraprofessionals assigned outside service legal officer for the perform legal services related to with competently and appropriate legal office supervision to avoid unauthorized practice of the law, to ensure that the supervisor, judge, advocate general, with the required attendance with the attainment of the professional development events from the request, attends an appropriate organization meeting, funds with the coordinate with civilian employees, rating change with to provide with the input regarding legal services with the performance of the office with a suggestion employee with individual development plan, review of the portion employee position description related to the delivery of legal services to ensure that it accurately reflects the limited duties appropriate with the position. If it is deemed necessary, the supervisor, judge, advocate may temporarily disqualify individuals from supporting legal services mentions if supervisor, judge, advocate finds lack of competency for the performing legal services related to the individual has engaged with the unauthorized practice of law pending resolution concerned with the appropriate regulatory procedure. Technical assistant, supervisor, judge, advocate for any kind of able to communicate directly to supervisor, judge, advocate, superior, subordinate command with the judge, advocate, general, UCMJ, but it may receive and give the technical guidance through these channels. Supervisor, judge, advocate is, however, the primarily staff officer for the responsible commander, subject to the command, just as an officer of the command member of the officer of the employee with the Department of Defense may interfere with the ability of judge, advocate assigned with the task or when performing duty with the military units to give the independent legal advice of the commanders. Chapter 3, Judge Advocate Legal Services.